Okay, lesson 12.4. This is a short one. We've already talked many times about ratios this year. We've learned there are two kinds of ratios. There are part-to-part ratios, and then in this case, with this chapter, what we're going to deal with is we're going to deal with part-to-whole ratios. Now, ratios are similar to fractions in that you can write them as if they look like a fraction, but they're not really the same. And I'll show you why. Because if I draw a box over here, and in that box I draw one empty circle and two shaded circles, if I asked you the fraction of the empty circle to this box, then that would be 1 out of 3. 1 out of 2 would be the ratio of empty boxes or circles to shaded circles. So fractions, while they compare two kind of things here, the ratio is looking at an empty circle to two filled in circles. So the fraction here is about the whole thing, whereas the ratio is only part of it. So they're like fractions here, they look like them, but they're really not the same. Now part to whole ones though are a lot closer than part to part, and you'll see. If we have a box, and in that box we have 2 x's and 3 y's, then your ratio of x's to y's would be 2 out of 3. But if you want the ratio of x's to the whole thing, that would be over here. There are 2 x's to 5 letters, and so your ratio would be 2 to 5. So there's a lot of different ways you could pull the ratio out of this. And we have talked many times about ratios. We've looked at them. This is not new. Use what they give you in the examples, in the boxes. Use the shapes and think about what they're asking. Are they asking x's to y's, which would be 2 to 3? Or are they asking x's to the entire set, and that would be 2 to 5? So you got to think a little bit, got to slow down and make sure that you're answering the question that they are asking.